Hello, Charlie, Kayla, Serenity Dragons. We're here this evening to talk to you about the new Reptile Habitats enclosure, the 18x18x24. It's available on dubiaroaches.com. We purchased 3 of them. We've assembled all 3 of them, and we wanted to give you kind of our first impressions. We haven't set any of them up yet, but here's kind of our pros and our cons on what we like, what we don't like about these enclosures. First thing we want to talk about is the assembly is actually pretty simple. It took about 30 minutes. Problem is, it's a puzzle. There are no instructions. There are no instructions online. There are no instructions included with the kit. But
luckily for y'all, so Charlie did one, I did 2. My first one, I made a couple boo-boos. It took me a while to take it back apart. But I learned my lesson, and for the second one, I went ahead and recorded it. So if y'all want to see the assembly process, or if you need a little help putting yours together, check out the link below in the comments. We'll get you taken care of.
Now, the great thing is they are easy to put together. The tools you need is literally a hammer, which they include with the kit, and an Allen wrench, which they also include with the kit. The hammer is used. It is aluminum framing with PVC and acrylic inserts. You hammer the PVC together. There's plastic joints. You hammer it into the plastic joints, and then you slide in your PVC, and then you hammer in the top. Super simple construction. The Allen wrench is used to screw on the latch mechanism, which is also a combination lock. I guess if you have little children and you don't want them being able to access your reptiles, you can do that.
I will say this lock is surprisingly heavy duty for the price point on this cage. You'll notice that it's got this nice little bar that clicks over, and that goes directly into your aluminum frame, and it is solid. It's not going anywhere.
So speaking of the price point, I want to go ahead and say this is very comparable to what you spend for an Exoterra. These are on sale right now on their website for $150. Normally they're like $190. I think Exoterras are $180. The thing that makes this better, in my opinion, than Exoterra is the shipping's less. And
shipping's $7.95 right now for any of their PVC enclosures, no matter the size.
And Exoterra was?
Exoterra enclosures were $180 for their starting price, and then shipping on most of the websites was anywhere between $25 to $45.
So the problem you've got when you ship the Exoterras, though, is they come assembled and they're glass and they break. This came shipped flat packed. Everything was packed in foam. The corners were reinforced with PVC on the box itself. So it was solid. No problems there. We really like the door. The door is tempered glass. It opens all the way. It's hung with an aluminum hinge. 2 aluminum pins hold it in place, and it is solid. I'm shaking the entire bib, not shaking this. Now, Kayla is going to tell you about her favorite part.
My favorite part. So, one of my big complaints about PVC enclosures is usually ventilation. They have a bad tendency to mold if you overwater. This, on the other hand, the entire top is screened off. This, unlike the Zillows and the Zilla and the Exoterra that kind of have that bug mesh stuff, this is a heavy gauge. It's a heavy gauge of braided wire. So the PetSmart enclosures, the Thrive ones, their tops seem to almost be like a solid sheet of metal that has holes drilled in it, and it doesn't have a very good...
it filters out a lot of light.
Yeah, the light doesn't get through it very well. This one, on the other hand, because it's the braided wire, this is a Exoterra lamp with a jungle dawn in it, and as you can see, we're getting plenty of light coming all the way through it. So if you got any animals that need UVB, you wouldn't have to worry about that with this.
Yeah, it wouldn't filter out anywhere near as much as the UVB. Other thing that's really nice about it is super lightweight. This is probably about half of what it weighs to move one of those Exoterras, even when the Exoterras are empty, because the glass is really heavy. Like I said, other than that, the only other problem is it isn't come pre-sealed. I don't know if that's an issue for y'all. It's not an issue for me. I just silicone it. They say that on the website. They're very clear that it doesn't come pre-sealed. So get a tube of silicone, seal the bottom of the enclosure. If you want to make it bioactive or a paludarium, it's not a problem. Legitimately, the only problem we've got is this label. This label is big, it is goofy, and this slap dab in the middle of the vivarium, right where you're going to be looking, that annoys me. It's just a picky thing. I know it doesn't hurt the functionality, but in the future, these things are going to be stackable. Kayla's looked into it. It's what, 1-inch pegs?
Yes.
And they're going to go in these holes on the top of the plastic joints in the corners. So you'll be able to stack these in the future. They're not available yet. They're already listed on the website. Those are going to be about $11. I'm super pumped about that. It says, you know, buying shelving, having Exoterra sitting on shelves. It's all heavy. It's all expensive. If I can just buy my Vivs and then put those pegs in and then stack these vivs up and have a literal shelf of vivs, that will save us so much money and so much space. And also, like I said, the weight of metal and glass.
Yeah. And the cool thing is going to be is that the enclosures are going to be mix and match. So you'll be able to take 2 of these 18 by 18 by 24s and you'll be able to stack them on top of a 36 by 18 if you have different types of animals that you want to be able to put in
like a big
shelving system. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I said, we like the glass door. It's tempered glass. It's not going to scratch. The construction is solid. It's lightweight. The screen is amazing. Seems to let through a lot of light. I haven't tested it for UVB yet. Oh, and it has these nice little cord sockets. I don't know what you call these things. It rotates. You can feed your cords through there if you wanted to put lights on the inside. Maybe even run like a mist line through it if you wanted to put a Mist King in there. They don't really seem to be working as vents, but I don't think you need side-by-side ventilation with the screen top. But yeah, like I said, overall, pretty satisfied with it. We'll definitely be doing an update once we get one planted, and we'll see how it goes from there. Any final thoughts?
Yeah. That's all I got.
All right, guys.
We appreciate y'all. Have a good evening, everybody.
Bye.